Step no further, human. You are about to cross the border into orc territory. No human may cross this land without being inspected and having the proper paperwork. Forfeit all weapons and magic now, or taste the sharp steel of my bow and blade. This command will not be repeated. By the power invested in me by the great orc chiefess Bagrak, you will—
Yomar, what are you doing?
Commander Mogok!
I told you, call me Mo. And I asked you a question.
I'm intimidating the crosser. That's what we're supposed to do to get them to comply, right?
Technically, yes. But that's really only when Durzam is around. Do this little show whenever he's on Commander Watch. I mean, look at the little human. You basically got them wetting themselves in fear.
But that's my job.
No, your job is to make sure no one is illegally entering our territory. They should be fine, however.
What? You can't just say that they can go in without a proper inspection.
Oh, really? With how long I've been doing this job, I know what to look for. Take this as a lesson, Yomar. Let's start with whether or not they're dangerous. From the look of them, they don't have any outer layers to hide weapons in. They also don't have any odd bulges in their clothes or fabric where a weapon could be stored anyway. The boots are a bit too shallow to hide daggers, sleeves a bit too short for throwing knives. Magic can also be ruled out as they don't have any tome holders on their belt. They don't have any spell books in hand or a wand either. Plus, as someone who has a cursory knowledge of magic, I can't pick up any on them. They obviously couldn't do more than make a flower appear in their hand if they tried. Any mage worth their weight in salt wouldn't be caught dead empty-handed like that. It's like a status symbol for magic-type people to display what discipline of sorcery they belong to. Well, maybe that's just the wizards I've been around in my day. But I'm getting off topic anyway. Next, we can examine their cart. The whole thing is much too small to hide anyone. Not to mention the fact that there isn't any movement. I can't see it shuffle or even show the subtle rustle of someone breathing. It certainly doesn't have anything alive in it, let alone them trying to smuggle anyone or anything in. So, all in all, in just a quick overview and glance, it's obvious that they have no way of defending themselves and should be thanking whatever patron deity they believe in that they weren't attacked by bandits. If they were, I don't think they'd have a cart to sell anything with. Oh, I know you're selling things based on your badge. That's a royal human crest, right? The blue gemstone with the gold around it? Yeah, you're working under the behest of some rich, noble human, I'm assuming. You're probably a city merchant by trade, but was offered a pretty penny to make the treacherous trek all the way out to our country. Ha! Right on the money, I knew it.
But what if they're a thief who has taken the identity of the actual merchant?
Well, for one, they wouldn't come here. They would have taken the loot and left. Why bother posing as a merchant and risk getting caught when you can just sell the stuff anyway and make a good bit of money?
Oh, yes, I guess that does make sense.
Exactly. So, obviously, they aren't a threat and were meant to be here. Come with me. I can take you to the city's walls. Yomar, please don't threaten to shoot any other travelers unless Durzam comes by.
Yes, Commander Mogok.
I already told you, call me Mo. Whatever. Now, human. I'm sure you're wanting to get into the city before dark. Come with me. I was able to figure all that out about you. Well, it's simple, really. I already knew you were coming. Just don't tell Yomar I told you that. I take pride in looking cool and smart in front of my subordinates. But Chistis Bagrak told me that you were coming this morning and showed me a sketch of what you would look like and which direction you were coming from. As soon as I saw you, I knew I had to teach Yomar a thing or two. Though before we get into the city proper, I will need to check your papers. Even if I'm personally escorting you to the high courts myself, the guards at the walls will still need to see that I've checked off all your little bits and bobbles. I do love being a border commander, don't get me wrong, but the bureaucracy is something I could live without. I blame those elves and their perfect efficiency. Well, the fact that I knew you didn't have any weapons on you did come from experience. Before I was a border commander, I was a general in the army. You pick up a lot of things like that in combat. Knowing your enemy better than they do, and before they even realize it, makes a good warrior great and a strong enemy vulnerable. But I did decide to retire relatively young and in the chiefess's good graces, and go for one of the easier jobs. Yes, I am a former general who will tell my subordinates off for using violence. But I guess that's just how I am. I've gotten the bloodlust of my youth out of my system. I do understand that sometimes it needs to happen, but I try to be a calming force when I can. No need to get up in arms when words can help. Trust me, I've seen the way other cultures have portrayed us. We're savage beasts with no morals, just killing monsters only loyal to ourselves. That way might have worked for our ancestors, but I think it's outdated. I want to do better than my ancestors, and so does the chiefess. I think that's one of the reasons she still keeps me around, even after I'm retired. I like to think that she sees the good in my ideas, but maybe it's just because I make her laugh. Either way, I hope to see our relationships with other peoples on the up and up by the time I can no longer see it. And I hope that things like this, humans and elves and dwarves trading in the high courts of us orcs, will be a step in the right direction towards mending these rifts. I know that we have many centuries of work left, but it starts with things like this, right? My sentiments, exactly. But here, that cart must be heavy. Would you like me to pull it for a bit? I wasn't told which kingdom you came from, but it must have been quite a trek on foot. Here, hop in the back. I can pull both you and your cart if you're tired. Yeah, why not? I know how nice it would feel for someone to pull me along if I was tired. Not to mention, I'm just naturally stronger than you. If you're able to pull it, pulling you and your cargo should not be a problem for me at all. And if you are going to be coming by here often for trading purposes, then having you as a friend sounds like a capital idea to me. Exactly. So get comfy back there, and we should be getting there pretty quick. I know the fastest way is to get up there by cart. And while you're resting, you can tell me about where you're from and what you're selling. I usually don't partake much in the affairs of merchants and travelers, but you interest me. I want to know more about you, my new friend. Plus, humans don't come by often due to how far away the big human kingdoms are from here. So, to actually get to know a human sounds like a quite interesting experience. If you don't mind me poking and prodding you, that is. I've always been told I ask too many questions, ever since I was a young lad in basic training. And even before that, I guess. So do forgive me if I ever become too intrusive. You really don't mind? Well, that's very kind of you. It's nice to have someone to talk to like this then. Are you ready back there? Good. Then off we go. Hold on, the roads can be a little bumpy sometimes. Now, here is my first question. Do all humans have the strange custom of dancing funny when they drink? Because the last time a human noble person came by...
Hi, and thank you for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, please feel free to hit the like button, the subscribe button,